Hello, good morning po. Areas of value natin dito, yung mga 200-day moving averages natin, yung mga 50 and 26-day moving average. Tapos karamihan sa mga support and resistances, support natin na lagpasan na rin niya. Ito yung support na inaasahan natin na mag-hold siya, and this is the other support na it may probably hold for a while. Pero ang target po niya sa intermediate term niya or daily trend niya is ito na. So kung ano po yung low dyan, 1704, so malamang yan po ang kanyang tutumbukin. Ngayon, aabutin ba niya ang 1704 ngayong araw? Kasi kung titingnan mo ang ATR ng euro, nitong past 2 days, just right after the Fed announcement of their policy, no, of their stance regarding the uh, either you call it quantitative easing or yung ano nila, yung kanilang stimulus package, nung kung ano yung stand nila doon, nagbago po lahat ang tingin ng market dito sa when they announced that they will be taking a more aggressive stance towards their interest rate policy. Yun po, nagbago. So titingnan natin yung araw-araw na ginagalaw from low of 2101 up to high of 2147. So that's about 150 pips. Tapos high of 100 pips, no? So it will still fall in sabihin mo na lang mag 100 pips siya for today, will it fall hanggang dito? So yun po yung tinitingnan natin. Down pa rin ang euro kasi kung titingnan mo dito, nasa baba na po siya ng 200-day moving average mo. So yung possible support will come from this price. Yung low of 1835, it is right now doing at 1913. So which is kumbaga kung ito yung tutumbukin niya, it will fall within the ATR's range for today. So yun po yung pwede niyang tumbukin po ngayon. Kaya po if we look at our smaller time frame, 'di ba ang na-establish natin sa daily natin is selling pa rin, no? So dito ngayon maghahanap ka ng area of value to sell. So saan mo titingnan 'yan? Your resistance will come most likely dito sa area na to. Guguhitan ko lang para makita po natin 'yan. So ngayon it's doing at 1913, 1987, parang ang taas na masyado, ano? So isang one whole run na yan ng ano niya for today kung tutuusin mo. Pag inantay mo siyang umabot ng ano, isang ano na yan, isang galaw na po niya for today. So hindi siya hindi siya viable. So kung titingin tayo ngayon sa smaller time frame kung saan ang area of value na pwede po niyang puntahan, either it will come from this or this one. So ito po ang tinitingnan natin, it's around 1943, ano? So itong area na to, this one here, yung area na to, yan probably ang pwedeng pagkorekan ng euro before it will start to come down again. 1988. Ayun po. So we are looking at this area here. Bakit po yan ang tinitingnan natin? Kasi kung papansinin po ninyo, no, ang galaw ng presyo dito masyadong masikip yung range niya. Ibig sabihin, nagko-correct lang po siya. Tapos nagwe-wave up pa siya. So ibig sabihin, it is a classic correction yung galaw ng price mo. So if you are going to study yung price action mo, normal na correction ang ginagalaw niya dito at hindi reversal ang ganap ng previous price action mo. So kung correction 'yan, it may probably be correcting up to this area. So we are going to set our selling at 1943 area Yan, 1943 area. Tapos ang take profit mo is 1835, ang cut loss mo is 1979. So ang ano natin ngayon, hello po. Yan, so ang expected sa euro, it will be ranging for today. No major breakout, pero ang bias niya is still downside. Ano po? So kung wala na pong katanungan sa euro, tayo po ay pupunta sa British pound. Ang British pound naman, mukhang pababa pa rin. Ano? So isang drop, correct, drop, correct. So ang pwede po niyang gawin, pwede po tayong mag-abang dito sa 39.54. We'll just check sa daily kung yan nga ba ang yes, viable po siya. So if we look at our smaller time frame sa hourly natin, pwede natin siyang abangan dito sa correction dito sa kanyang 26-day moving average, which is 39.54. So we can probably put a pending order and sell at 39.54. 39.54, ang target natin is 38.56. Ang cut loss po natin is 40.001 kasi 47 pips po ang ATR niya. Masyadong malaki ang volatility ng British pound po ngayon no, lately. So kung wala na pong tanong dyan, sa British pound natin, yung pong target niya ay yung previous low lang niya. We just got it from the higher time frame. So kung titingnan mo dito, ito po marahil yung next na target niya, no? 38.56. Ay, sorry, gumalaw. So I hope nakikita niyo doon sa information box, ano? So kung wala na pong tanong sa ating British pound, we may now move on to AUD-USD. Ang AUD-USD naman po, mukhang tingnan lang natin yung daily. Sa daily niya, nasa support po siya. So kung titingnan ninyo yung daily mo, it still falls within the support area, and kung papansinin mo siya, nasa range pa rin siya ng consolidation mo. So walang masyadong pinagbago in terms of outlook ang AUD-USD. Kasi kung titingnan mo yan, di ba, ito yung ano natin. Sige, ano lang natin dito, no? I-move lang natin yan. So yan. Yan po yung previously na range ng ating consolidation. So this one up to this point. No, this area here is consolidation. Dito, yan. Hindi ko na lang guguhitan dito, pero this whole thing here, kung titingnan mo, is its consolidation area. Yan po. Yung ano niya, no? So kung papansinin po siya natin, if we are going to consider this tighter consolidation here, kasi daily naman yan, kung i-consider po natin itong mas narrower na consolidation natin, nag-break na po yan, di po ba? So kung titingnan mo, nag-break na siya. Tapos yung initial price objective niya, if you are able to measure that, yan, ito yung initial price objective niya, basing on the price implication, basing on, so yung target mo dapat is ito. So inabot na niya yung target niya. Ngayon ang question dito, will it continue to go down or will it support for the meantime kasi naabot na niya yung kanyang target? So kung titingnan po natin, if we go by technical analysis, di ba ang sinasabi natin sa technical analysis, we always wait for the weight of evidence before we assume anything. So we do not make our judgment or forecast of the market based on assumptions of what is going to happen, but we will base our forecast based on the price action or uh, based on the evidence that we have gathered so far sa price action. So kung titingnan natin dito, now it's doing at support area. It's moving at support area. So what do you expect when you see price at support area? Kung nasa support ang daily mo, you go to lower time frame. What are we looking for in the lower time frame? We are looking for a price rejection or a price reversal signal. So kung titingnan mo yan, nasa ano ka, di ba? Nasa support ka ng daily mo, tinitingnan mo kung merong price reversal, this would have been a minor, hindi naman siya masyadong how do you call this? It's not too pronounced, no? Yung price reversal niya, but it's a price reversal pattern. Ito po. So again, we go to our smaller time frame and look for possible so kung titingnan mo dito, nagko-consolidate na ang market mo, and pero kung titingnan natin siya, wala pa ring nabe-break na market structure. Still, ang market structure mo dito is down, pronounced pa rin yung down mo, nasa support area ka. So, ang stance natin dito is wait and see. Ano ang wait and see natin dito? We wait for a market structure that will be broken in. Do not forget, ha? Do not forget po. Ito ay, I will just put a trend line here kasi ito po ang support mo sa daily. So, yung support mo sa daily na yan, you are looking for a market structure to be broken in your smaller time frame for you to be able to assume na ang presyo mo ay paakyat po ulit. Paakyat saan pupunta? It will still fall into the daily range. So kung yan po ay nag-umpisang magpakita ng pag-akyat, it will still fall dito sa range na ito, no? Sa daily, ayan, yung consolidation mo, yung malaking consolidation mo, the big consolidation here is this one. The wider consolidation, ano po? So yan yung malaking consolidation mo. Most probably, if the market will go up today for AUD-USD, it will try to test this level again. It will try to hit this level again, and that level is about 76.52. So if you are going to buy at 75.53, ang target mo will be 76. Yan, 76.44 or 76.52 area, no? Tapos ang cut loss mo is 75.19. So kung wala na pong tanong sa ating si Ma'am Stella. Sorry Ma'am Stella, hindi kita na kaagad, hindi ko po napansin kaagad. So yung ano po natin, ang next natin is Australian dollar. So yung Australian dollar po natin ay tapos na pala. Ang next natin is USD JPY. So sa USD JPY naman, kung nakikita mo yung daily na galaw niya, intact pa rin yung kanyang uptrend. The market structure is intact. So it might be due for some correction today kasi nga we cannot just ignore this signal because it is a reversal signal. Ano po? Yung reversal signal na yan nangyari after hitting a resistance area. So ang resistance area mo is coming from this. So this one is also a resistance area by extension of the trend line. So kung yan ang resistance area mo, nagkaroon ka ng reversal dito, you can expect that the price will go down some more for today. So kung yan po ang assumption natin, pababa ang presyo for today, pero ang iyong smaller time frame is continuous pa rin yung kanyang pag-akyat. Ano po? So you take note of this level, it's 110.16. So pupunta po tayo sa smaller time frame, at kung titingnan mo yung 110.16 mo, nandito siya, di ba? So kung 110.16 mo ay nandyan na area, ay 110.16 mo is somewhere here. So kung if you are going to study yung sa market structure mo ngayon sa Japanese yen mo, paakyat pa rin siya, nag-consolidate, nag-break, tapos nag-consolidate siya ulit, tapos dito, medyo nawala lang ako. Ang daily mo might be going down for today. It might be testing this area. This area is 109.63. So kung titingnan natin ang 4 hours mo, paakyat pa rin siya, no? So ang ano niya is, we have 1, 2, you have 1, 2 highs broken. So market structure up na siya. So dito, kahit nagsasabi ang daily natin ng pababa siya, nagbibigay siya ng signal na pababa, we cannot just ignore yung market structure ng 4 hours mo, which is telling us that it should be going up when it hits these areas here, either 109.97 or 110.16. So ito po yung titingnan natin kasi nag-i-slow down siya. Hindi naman yung pag-correct niya, it's a signal that it is slowing down. So ito po yung i-consider natin. So 109.97, buying at 109.97, ang target mo is 110.82. Your 110.82 is galing po yan sa previous high. So yung previous high mo is ito, 110.96. So iba yung iba yung na-measure ko. Most likely nasa previous 4 hours po yan. So malamang po, no, 110.96 ang i-consider natin. Ay 110. Yeah, 110.86, 110.82. This one is 110.82. Yan. Kaya po 110.82 ang nilagay natin dito. Yung previous high lang muna ang tinitingnan natin if ever we are going to buy at this level mamaya. Sa 109.97. So yung cut loss mo, again, based on ATR, yan, 26. So kung wala na pong tanong dyan, tayo po ay pupunta sa, tinitingnan ko lang kung may bag. Tayo po ay pupunta sa gold. So yung gold naman natin, we are expecting if you are going to look yung kanyang ginagawa sa daily, no, it hit a support level. Yung support mo ay galing dito. Yan yung previous resistance mo dito, nag-break siya, nag-support. So ngayon, binalikan, umakyat, bumagsak na naman dito sa previous support mo. So after hitting your support area or if you are going to consider yung smaller time frame mo, ayan, so umabot sa support, nagpakita ng, so it may reverse, no? It may correct. Ano ang gagawin niya? Reverse or correct? So most likely it will correct. Correct up to what level? Kung pagka dito naman, masyado nang mataas yan. Kasi from 1784 to 1831, isang galaw na po yan buong maghapon. So ang titingnan lang po natin ay ang pag-correct niya most likely to dito po. Magko-correct siya most likely hanggang dito before it will start to go down again. So ito po ay this area is low of this area is low of 1803 point, excuse me, 1803.40. So ang selling po natin, iaabang natin sa 1803. Ang target po niya yung previous low which is 1767.09. So ang cut loss mo is 1818.40. Yung 1767 po, yung previous low po niya. Ito po. Although we have established that the support area is 1764, pero yung previous low niya, pinasok na po ng buyers at around 1767.09. So yun po yung i-consider muna natin kasi the whole area here from 1764 to 1767 is now your support area. Not your support line but your support area. Ano po? Yan, so ang cut loss po natin is $15. So medyo malaki-laki po yan. Ano? If you are used to trading 0.1 na lot, ibig sabihin 10,000 units ang tinetrade mo dati, your $15 na risk ngayon will translate if ever magkakaroon ka ng losses and you follow that, magkakaroon ka ng $150 na risk. Diyan po pumapasok yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na compute for your trade size. Merong available, alam ni Ma'am Joanne yan, ano? Merong available na mga websites that offer free computation for your trade size. So by simple ano lang naman, pwede mo namang iano siya, di ba? Pag 0.1, pag 100, if you want to taper your losses to probably 4 times less. So ang $150 is you are only willing to risk $37.50 siguro. So ang iti-trade mo dito is 0.025. So a quarter of 1% ang iti-trade mo dito kasi pag nag-trade ka ng 1%, which is 10,000 US dollars na volume, ang ano mo po doon, ang i-risk mo with an ATR of $15, $150. So, that is how you manage yung risk sa market. Pagka malaki po masyado yung hinihingi ng ATR natin, i-lessen mo yung volume ng trade mo para pagka if in case hindi po tumama, nagkamali po yung basa natin sa market ngayon, at least you are not risking that much. Yun po yung sinasabi ko. You can still taper yung ano mo no, yung $37.50 US dollars to much smaller. Pwede pa rin naman. You can still do that. So yun po. May announcement lang po ako. They are giving us, yung bagong broker ko po, they are giving us up to next week, the whole of next week, para po mag-shift po sa kanila yung ating trading. Kasi naman po, they are paying me to give this market briefing to. Ang ginawa ko po kasi, what I opted is, initially, I planned na maningil na lang po ng for daily briefing and for market briefing and so on and so forth. No, yung mga lessons po natin sa technical analysis, maniningil na lang. So siyempre ang burden sa inyo po. Kaya inisip ko, ang gagawin ko na lang is to find out, sana may mahanap ako na bagong employer. Sabi ko that I will discuss this with them and I will offer this to them na I will continue yung services sa client na magbigay ng free na market briefing but under their sponsorship or under their auspice. So ibig sabihin, ngayon po sinusweldohan po ako para para hindi po kailangan na, kasi hindi ko naman po pwedeng gawin. Gusto ko mang gawin po na habang buhay na magbigay ng libreng ganito, kailangan ko din pong kumain. I have to find a source of income din, kasi hindi naman po ako pwedeng mabuhay ng walang source of income. So kaya po lumipat po ako ng ibang broker, kasi willing naman po sila na ituloy ito as long as magshi-shift po tayo ng trading sa kanila. So I will be giving Ma'am Joanne a link, yung link po ni Ma'am Joanne, para pagka nag-register po kayo next week, gagamitin niyo po yung link ni Ma'am Joanne, kasi I think lahat naman po kayo dito ay invite ni Ma'am Joanne. Ayun po. So yun po ang gagawin natin for next week. I will be giving Ma'am Joanne her link, and yun po. So magre-register po tayo, and then we will try to kahit papaano naman po. Anyway, I will be setting up a copy trading account dito po sa ano natin, dito sa bagong broker. So if you would want, you can just follow yung trading na ginagawa ko. That can also be. Pero yung copy trading po kasi nila, parang they start at 1,000 po ata US dollars yung ano po nila, ano, yung copy trade nila. For you to do a copy trade, ang pagkakaintindi ko po is I will ask again. Pero for now, ang pagkakaintindi ko is 1,000 US dollars po ang account dapat para maka-follow sa copy trade. Ayun po. So yun lang po ang binalita ko po sa inyo. Lily, I have already transferred to another broker. So yung broker naman po is M Trading. Ano naman po siya? It's a non-regulated broker, but they have been doing business here in the Philippines for a while now, and so far sa tinagal-tagal ko sa industriya, wala naman po akong balita na nang-iipit sila sa trading or nang-iipit po sila sa withdrawals. Wala po silang mga issues ng ganon, and ang ano ko lang po doon, ang inisip ko na lang na they might not be regulated, kasi ang regulation and ang being regulated and unregulated is technically parang para sa atin na nasa Pilipinas, it doesn't bear much weight, ano po, kasi kung regulated man yung broker na sinalihan mo or pinagtradean mo, tapos gumawa ng hindi maganda, nagkaroon ka ng dispute, pagka nilodge mo yung dispute dun sa regulation nila, regulatory body nila na bansa, hindi ka naman papansinin kasi hindi ka naman citizen ng bansa na yon. So ang regulation po will only bear weight kung ang regulatory ba, if you live or if you are a citizen of the same regulatory body. Yun po yung pagkakaintindi ko. So far ang ano naman ang trade ang record po ng M Trading is hindi naman pagdating sa pagdating sa spread. Kung titingnan niyo yung spread nila, mas maano naman po, mas tight naman yung spread nila. So it is still up to you kung whether you would want to transfer or not. Hindi po ito pilitan kahit anong ang sinasabi ko lang po, I will only be the week after next week, yung market briefing natin is i-extend na lang po dun sa mga nasa M Trading po. Yun lang po ang sinasabi ko. Wala naman, if you choose to stay with your current broker, wala pong problema sa akin. Hindi naman po problema yon. So, yun lang po ang inaano ko. But yung sinasabi ko, should you want na mag-avail ng mga free lessons natin every Saturday, of course, kung ganun po ang gusto nyo, you'll have to request kung if you want to stay with your current broker, then you can probably they can arrange for you a similar program ng pwede po nilang gawin yon. Siguro, I don't know kung merong gagawa nun, po. So yung kasi itong mga ginagawa ko po is personal initiative ko po ito. Kumbaga parang value added service sa mga clients na sa mga clients who stay with me, so kung ano man po. So ayun po, kung may katanungan po kayo, please feel free to ask. Kung wala naman na po, kung may mga pahabol po kayong questions later on, you can ask Ma'am Joanne and she will relay it to me. Ay, oo nga pala, sorry po. Ayan, napunta na ako kung saan-saan. Ay, sorry, hindi ako nag-economic calendar, ano. Ah, so for today is, ano bang araw ngayon? Friday. Eh, akala ko Thursday. So today is Friday. So meron din pong interest rate decision coming from Japan. So expect the Japanese yen to be volatile mamayang konti, no? 11 minutes from now, it's going to be quite volatile. But ang ano po niya, ang it looks like it will ang bias niya is more on uptrend reversal. So ang hourly mo is tong 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 ang hourly mo is you are at a support area pero nag-break siya dito pero nag-consolidate siya. Yan, so ang ano mo is most likely, no, paglabas po mukhang akyat pa rin po siya dyan. From here it's a support. Yan, so paakyat po ang ano niya, ang magiging anticipation po natin sa Japanese yen kasi nasa support area po siya. And then for this afternoon, may press conference na naman, may kinalaman din sa Japanese yen, ano. So 2 o'clock, yung retail sales mo, consumption data po lahat ito. So it is important in the sense that yung spending habits ng spending ng iyong consumers ay reflected sa mga data na ito. So they are looking at this if the economy is already into expansion in light of the pandemic, ano, yung mga ginagawa nilang stimulus packages, if it is already working. So ibig sabihin, if the consumers are spending kasi, most likely they have work or they have money to spend. So if it continues to go up, then probably it may signal a tapering off also of their monetary policy sa UK side, which will cause the British pound to depending on how the market will see it, if they will see it as a signal that the interest rate may soon go up, and yung interest rate differentials mo, depende yan kung mas malaki ang UK or mas malaki ang US, yun yung currency na mag-appreciate if you compare the interest rate differentials of the two central banks. And then dito after that, medyo technical na po ang galaw kasi wala naman po, puro mapusyaw na lahat dito, no. So after ng 3 o'clock mamayang hapon, wala na pong masyadong importanteng data or market mover na lalabas na data mamayang hapon. So ang pinaka lang ho, ito po, this one. So most likely it will remain unchanged, no. So whatever they are, kung ano man yung tinatrack po ng currency ngayon, technically, most likely yun din po ang it will prevail after the announcement. Pwera lang kung may surprise po. Kung may surprise, then depende kung ano yung surprise na yon, doon po yung direksyon ng currency. So anong ibig kong sabihin na may surprise? Either they have raised or cut further yung interest rate po nila. Kasi hindi naman po expected na magka-cut sila or mag-raise sila ng interest rate. Ngayon, it's doing at -1, so expected na -1 pa rin yung kanilang interest rate. So yun po as far as the economic indicators are concerned, yun po yung pwede nating asahan for today. And happy weekend po sa inyong lahat for those who are wanting to attend yung continuation ng classes natin bukas for the advanced topics. Bukas po ng 2 o'clock. Yun po. Bukas ng 2 o'clock. So is it 2? Yeah, 2 o'clock. We will have yung advanced topics po natin for technical analysis. So tomorrow we are going to cover briefly about rectangle, just a review of what we have taken up over the last topic, rectangle, and then the other price patterns. So hopefully we will cover much of the different price patterns bukas po ng hapon. Ayun po. So magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat and maraming salamat po sa pagdalo sa ating market briefing po for today.